Today on Soccer Sphere, we'll be discussing some exciting news. Manchester United faces criticism, injury news and Garnacho's shocking admission. Ahead of the match against Sunderland, Manchester United is facing three major issues. Ruben Amorim is starting to consider abandoning his trusted formation after a string of defeats. Amad Diallo and Casemiro return to the squad, providing a breath of fresh air amidst the storm of performance. Meanwhile, Alejandro Garnacho spoke out about his difficult time at Manchester United before moving to Chelsea, admitting he felt isolated and trained alone at times. For more information, watch the video. We also have equally exciting football news, so stay tuned until the end to find out. Welcome to Soccer Sphere. Don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell to get the latest updates. Changes at Old Trafford? Ruben Amorim finally starts looking at other options. Hello football lovers. There's a fresh wind, or perhaps a hurricane, blowing from the Manchester United camp. This time it comes from the head coach, known for being stubborn about tactics, Ruben Amorim. Still reeling from a painful 3-1 defeat to Brentford. Yes, a bottom-of-the-table team whose main goal is just to stay in the Premier League. Amorim finally started rethinking. Imagine, less than 2 weeks ago he even said, not even the Pope could make him abandon the 3-4-2-1 formation. But now, Amorim admitted, I'm trying, when asked about the possibility of overhauling his flagship system. What made you change your mind? Maybe not the Pope, but 3 losses in the opening 6 matches is enough to make United fans shake their heads. And the fact that Brentford with coach Keith Andrews could expose United's weaknesses in just 2 sentences. If we have 3 midfielders, they only have 2. Simple, brutal and honest. Amorim is still defending himself. He said, this isn't a normal system, and it takes time to adjust. But I'm trying to adjust my perspective on football. At least this is a first step towards the much-needed flexibility for a team that supposedly wants to return to the top. New defender Matthijs de Ligt even defended his coach, saying individual performances were more to blame than tactics. But the Old Trafford crowd isn't that stupid. The same old formation, with players who don't fit in? Clearly not a recipe for victory. And this is the biggest irony. Every opposing manager knows exactly how United plays. Everyone, except Amorim himself. He said, the match will be like this. But with my current team, we never know. And perhaps, that's precisely the problem. Is this a turning point for Ruben Amorim and Manchester United? Or just a passing breeze before the next storm arrives? One thing is certain. Time is never patient at Old Trafford. Important update ahead of Sunderland match. Amad returns. Casemiro ready to fight. There's noteworthy news ahead of this weekend's exciting match as Manchester United prepares to host Sunderland at Old Trafford. After being disappointed last week by a 3-1 loss to Brentford, Ruben Amorim now has good news that could make a difference. This figure is sure to make Sunderland fans take a look at this match. Amad Diallo, a former Lone Star for the Black Cats, has officially returned to training after being given time to mourn the loss of his family member. In an official club statement released on Wednesday, United confirmed that the Ivorian winger is now back with the first team and ready to play against his former club. Amad had previously appeared in 6 opening matches this season, 5 of them as a starter, and his absence against Brentford was keenly felt. Ruben Amorim also showed empathy in the press conference, saying, we are giving our full support to Amad. We know how important it is for him to have time with his family. Now he's back, with double motivation, to rise with United and prove himself against Sunderland. Other player news. Who's back? Casemiro. This veteran Brazilian midfielder returns from suspension after his red card against Chelsea. His experience and composure are clearly much needed to control United's midfield. Tyrell Malacia, a name almost forgotten by fans this season, has finally returned to first-team training. This Dutch-born left-back was initially expected to leave during the summer transfer window, but now has the chance to make his first appearance of the season. Will Amorim dare to give him playing time? Noussair Mazraoui will still be sidelined until the October international break. Lisandro Martinez has not yet returned to full training and is still undergoing long-term recovery from a knee injury. The club statement confirms 2 players returned to training with the first team on Wednesday. Amad and Malacia have now rejoined, while Mazraoui and Martinez are not yet available. So with Amad and Casemiro back, and Malacia starting to show signs of being ready to fight, Manchester United has a fresh injection of energy to face a confident Sunderland. Is it time to rise? Or will the pressure actually increase at Old Trafford? We'll wait for the answer this weekend. What's certain is that the world's eyes are on the Dream Theatre. Discarded, forgotten, and rising. The story of Alejandro Garnacho, now shining at Chelsea. From Old Trafford to Stamford Bridge. Alejandro Garnacho's story is not just about a young player's transfer. This is a story about pressure, isolation, and the rise of a star who was almost lost in the shadows of hope. Still fresh in the public's memory. Garnacho, the talented young player touted as the future backbone of Manchester United. But everything changed so quickly. Behind the camera's glare, Garnacho was briefly kept away from the first team, training alone, without teammates, without the locker room atmosphere that usually fuels professional players. The cause? A combination of declining performance and, allegedly, internal disputes following a bitter defeat in the Europa League final. In an emotional post-match interview after Chelsea's victory, Garnacho finally spoke out. "I think it was a difficult time, just training on my own," he admitted honestly. "But I have nothing bad to say about my old club, Manchester United." His statement reflects maturity. There's no resentment, just a reflection of a phase he calls the worst moment of his life. Garnacho even admitted to feeling isolated, abandoned, and waiting for certainty that never came. Until finally the door opened at Stamford Bridge, and Chelsea gave him a new home. Now, the 21-year-old Argentine player is starting to rediscover his form. Her smile returned, and the confidence that had once crumbled now shone again on the field. "Now I'm very happy to be here, playing in this competition, and getting 3 points today," he said enthusiastically. From being sidelined at Carrington to becoming a game-changer in West London. Garnacho's story reminds us all that in the world of football, no matter how fierce the storm, there's always a second chance to shine. Dan Garnacho? He's clearly writing a new chapter in his career. With a pen, not tears. That's the hot update on Manchester United today. From Ruben Amorim's tactical changes, the return of key players, to Garnacho's emotional story. It's interesting to see how the Red Devils will respond in their next match. If you have any thoughts, don't hesitate to write them in the comments section. Like the video, share it with fellow soccer fans, and don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the latest updates about the world of soccer. See you in the next video. Sports greetings.